So just now we discussed about the listening part of it, that what does the listening exam consist of, what kind of questions are going to be there, what is the accent you are going to come across. Now let me tell you one thing, that you would require certain skills to appear for the exam. Unless you have skills, you won't be able to score as much as you want, or the better score you would not be able to score. So I'm going to let you know what are the skills you would need. If you already have it, wonderful. If you have it partially, that's also great. You can work for the other remaining ones. So this is how you need to have listening skills. Okay, so first you need to have active listening. First of all, that is, you need to pay attention what is being actually said. Many a times it happens when we are listening something, we get carried away in our thoughts. So that should not happen in this case. If you get carried away, you may miss something really important which would require you to answer in your questions. So that way you need to pay attention throughout the time. How long the listening section would be, I have already told you, that is 15 minutes to 30 minutes it is going to be. Certainly we are going to practice in the practice part, practice video, where there you get to know different kinds of length of the listening part. Okay, here I am just working on your skills. So don't withhold the judgment. When you are listening to something, withhold your judgment. Don't let this judgment take over your head or take over your thoughts. So if your thoughts are being taken over by your judgment, then what you are listening is not actual listening. You are just listening partially, or maybe say selectively. So don't do selective listening, do active listening. That's why I have specifically mentioned first itself that you need to do active listening. So don't let the judgment take over your listening part. Then reflect. How to reflect? Whenever you are listening, so you think this must be important, this information is important, and I may forget later when I'm answering the questions or rechecking my answers what I have written. Then in that case, write down the points. This is how you reflect. Okay, then clarify. Whenever a particular question comes, they specifically give you that audio, the whole audio again. You can play it just to re-listen it. In just the exam of TOEFL, this is the opportunity you have. In front of the question, there would be audio available to you. But if the audio length is too long, it is going to consume your time to re-listen again and again. So make sure you clarify to the point on which the topic is going on. You don't listen the whole audio again because you have limited time in your hand. So clarify instantly if possible, or else just go on the point when you are replaying it. Don't listen the whole all over again. All right, summarize it. You can summarize it in your head, what exactly was just said, what was the main idea, how did they talk about. So all these things you can summarize in your head, so that you, when you are answering, you are able to answer very effectively rather than very doubtfully. So don't go for it doubtfully, go for it strongly and confidently. Okay, don't be distracted. As I said, don't let judgment take over. Also, don't get distracted. Don't go into your daydreaming or night dreaming mode, that you are thinking about something else and the listening audio is going on, going on, going on, and you have lost the chance. So don't get distracted. This is how you need to carry this skill. If you don't have this particular skill, you may not score good in the listening part, and this is one of the easiest section, I would say. Okay, so don't get distracted. Then take non-verbal cues. For example, if you are listening something and there is some chaos happening behind, or some or the other thing, conversation is happening in terms of voice or noise as well, so take the cues of them. Generally, when we develop non listening skills, we talk about nonverbal cues as body language and many other things, expressions, eye contact and everything. But here, when in the exam you are listening to something, you are not able to see them. In that case also, you will get some nonverbal cues like background noise, or maybe some or some kind of reactions, some kind of sounds, intersections, that would help you to understand with what concept that thing is being said. It is being said casually or very importantly. So these are the non-verbal cues for you in the exam, and in general there are many non-verbal cues in life when you are improving your listening skills. Okay, then let me talk to you about, if you want to become a good listener, if you want to become an active listener, so before that you need to be a good listener. If you are already a bad listener, so from bad you need to come to good, and from good you need to adopt active listening. Okay, so what a good listener do, It concentrates on the content, not on how rusky the voice is, how irritating the background is, how they are, what they are talking. So they concentrate on content rather than any other thing. So this is how you become a good listener. Listen for ideas, facts, and for central theme. What is being said, what is the main idea of them being talking. So that is the central theme, their ideas, their facts that you need to acknowledge. Maybe your questions would be around that many a times, so when you find it out, you may be able to find the answers very easily. Okay, take important notes. Whenever you think it is important, write it down, as I said just before. Pay attention. I'm constantly working on your paying attention part, because until unless you pay attention, you won't get the understanding of it, what is being said. So pay attention on what is being said. Okay, intensive concentration. You would require dedicated concentration, not even partial. You are thinking something else in your subconscious mind, unconscious mind, and you're working, and the listening on the listening part as well. So there is a partial concentration. You need to have a very intensive, very serious concentration when you are appearing for this skill. Okay, do not evaluate in between. Oh, I know about this topic. If it is there, they are talking about psychology, I know about it. Still, you need to listen it if you know about that thing, because you need not evaluate in between. You should not evaluate in between. Maybe they are saying something else, what you are thinking then. Ahead, the thing would change. So don't judge or evaluate in between. Similar to withholding the judgment. Okay. Comprehend slogan and emotional words. Don't get affected by emotional words. If they say, if the topic is around say mother, and you are very affected or very conscious about the mother or mother related things, you are very emotional onto that part, then you may get carried away in this scenario. So don't get carried away in such scenarios. All right. So comprehend, understand slogan and understand words. Don't take it on yourself. So this is the way of a way you can improve your listening skills. You can become a good listener and active listener. All right. So work on these points and develop your listening skills. This way, I would meet you in the other video. Thank you.